device on the floor where you will find a gas mask. Good luck.
Screw this.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius. So you in or out?
Congrats on the show. I'm really digging it so far. Dominique, you got some great scenes with Alden. I think fans are going to really dig it. I do want to ask you first. I saw this video of Robert Downey the other day congratulating you on Ironheart. What was it like to get his endorsement?
Oh, it's great. He's so supportive and hilarious as always, and he's definitely expressed his support as early as 3 years ago when we started filming, or wrapped filming rather. But for him to do it, in this kind of public surprise, catching us off guard,
cool.
it was real cool.
So Dominique, Ironheart, aka Riri Williams, she's kind of a new character in the Marvel comic books. Brian Michael Bendis created her, co-created her. I love his comics. I love his storylines in Daredevil. What sets her apart from the rest of the heroes in the MCU?
Oh man, I think Riri doesn't even know if she would call herself a hero. I think we see a lot of folks pop up in the MCU and they have a very strong mission to do well, or to do better, or to correct some mistake, or to emulate their heroes. But Riri is not at all concerned with any of that. She just wants to make cool shit. She sees a need for improvement in her community, and she feels like she knows exactly how to get that done. And as we saw in Wakanda Forever, that tinkering didn't go unnoticed, and so she's kind of drafted into this superhero dumb without really knowing if she's even interested. And I think that's a very interesting, and just intriguing place to start from.
Anthony Parker Robbins, aka the Hood, he's also a new villain. And he's got like this dark magic that he's playing around with, which I'm totally digging, and I can't wait to see more of that unfold throughout the series. How's he a different villain than what we've encountered before?
I mean, I think any of the villains you've ever seen that play around, that have any kind of relationship to dark magic have been interesting, right? Like Loki and all these other guys, that we've met. It's been fun, like exploring that and what that is, right? There's like that dichotomy, right? The deeper you get into it, right, the harder it becomes to get out of it and to escape it. And I think that it's I think that's, we see that in life all the time. So it's just, it was really fun being able to dig into that with Parker and to see how, that magic, makes him feel powerful. But with power, it's kind of hard to let it go when you feel, the more you feel, the harder it is to let it go. So it's been cool to just, to play with that.
There's a character's name that I keep seeing popping up on Reddit boards for Ironheart. So I'm just going to throw this character's name out and see what you guys have to say about it. Mephisto.
Mephisto? Never heard of him.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Never heard of him.
Okay, Dominique. That's great. You guys played it off perfectly. Dominique, you have a bit of a Canadian heritage moment in this series where you're singing Alanis, You Ought to Know, which I loved. I mean, that's a song older than you. So what was that like to belt that out with Alden?
It was incredible. Shout out to Alden. Oh my goodness gracious. That is an actor.
Yes.
Boy, oh boy. I cannot wait for the opportunity to get to work with him again. It would be a privilege. He is so good. He is so fun, so open, so generous. And in that scene, definitely down to have a good time. So we enjoyed it. We had a great time. As many takes as they wanted, they got.
So if I'm pulling up next to the two of you at a stoplight, what are you singing?
Oh, man, maybe more Alanis. We got to keep it going. Yeah.
I'll be pulling up. You are the source of my strength. You know that one? You never heard that one?
No, I don't. What is that?
That's Richard Smallwood.
Oh.
It's called Total Praise.
This is the musician right here. Okay.
Yeah. Singing one of my songs. Can you imagine? I'm just blasting my own music in the car.
Maybe we should. I want to build something undeniable. Something
Important?
You know what? I did not know that Dominique tried out for Shuri. So what was it like? What was it about her that when you were casting Riri that made you come back and relook at her for that part?
Yeah, she really impressed us when we were looking for Shuri. She made it all the way down to chemistry reads with Chadwick, actually. We ended up going with Letitia. And I think, obviously that decision, really worked out, but Dominique had made such an impression. And she was very young. I mean, I think she was still at Cornell when she auditioned. And so when it came time for the character Riri Williams, she was kind of like the first person, that we had in mind for the role, just from that impact that she left from getting so close to getting that role as Shuri. And her and Letitia had such a great dynamic. When we brought her in for a chemistry for that role, so it was, we wouldn't have gotten it. Well, actually, I'll take that back. She was in a movie we did called Judas and the Black Messiah. And Shaka King was the director on that one, and he was very impressed by her role there. So we probably still would have she probably still would have come up for the job, like she was just she was just fantastic even as a young kid, and kind of perfect for this.
Chinaka, how did you want to make Ironheart stand apart from the rest of the MCU?
I wanted to make sure that Ironheart felt grounded in a way that shows, I think the movies that brought me to the MCU and kept me in the MCU were scrappy, grounded, protagonists who were trying their best with not as much resources they needed. And so that was really important to me for the through line for Riri, to just make her a character that had somewhere to go and some challenges behind her, but felt solvent on her own.
Angela, how many Easter eggs do we got in here?
There's a few. I mean, I can't tell you about them because then they wouldn't be Easter eggs. But I think our sharp-eyed fans out there will spot a thing or two.
Did Ryan get them all?
I mean, I'd have to ask.
I mean, not all of them. Nah, I had to get it. I had a couple of them was over my head.
This is wild. A shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady. Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
It's literally above a crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.